Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV, all the way back from JA, back to the lovely warm weather that is England. Pleased to be back. Feeling the elements of jet lag. Landed back yesterday. Give God thanks for that. And it was a great time spent away in JA. Did a couple of shows whilst I was out there, so it was great to be sitting in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Boy, yes, man. And yeah, it was fantastic. And whilst I was out there, we had a couple of good results in Nottingham Forest. And yeah, was really pleased with the performance out there, doing really well with us, beating them 3-0. And then, coming back to England and seeing a 5-star performance by Arsenal away to Sporting Lisbon. And I'm not going to lie, I thought that game, I actually thought we was going to draw that game because of obviously the way Sporting have been playing. Yes, they've lost Ruben. They've got a new manager or an interim manager at the moment. And listen, I think the last game they played at home, they won 6-0. So with that on top and us going away to them, there was an added bit of pressure, us going into that game. Currently, we are sitting, I think, 7th in the automatic qualification round of the Champions League. We have 2 home games and 1 away game. I think that's away to Girona, Monaco. I can't remember who the other team is, but we should win those 2 games. And if we can get that win away to Girona, then I think we will qualify automatically. Then we'll see where we go. From that, there was a couple of teams that are struggling at the moment, namely City. Can't believe what's going on with City at the moment, and this rot seems to have set in pretty deep, mate. Because, bro, the way I didn't actually see the game, but obviously from the reports that City were 3-0 up, and you thought 75 minutes, 50 minutes to go. They ended up drawing that game against Feyenoord, Slot's ex-team, Feyenoord ex-team, drawing 3-3 at the Etihad. They have not won now in 6 games. They have not won in 6 games. I thought that this game was against Feyenoord, obviously being 3-0 up, you would have thought, going into the weekend game, which is going to be a massive game away to Liverpool, this could determine whether Liverpool go on and win the title. Because if they do beat Man City, they go 11 points clear, and I can't see how City turn this around. But listen, please, whilst you're here, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. We are going to be discussing all things football, the weekend games, the Champions League games. We're going to be looking at how Ruben's gotten in his first game away to Ipswich and all of that. And obviously, I've got my main man, Mr. Big D, who will be joining me now. So I'm going to bring him in now, Mr. Big D. I'm hoping that I don't know for the rest of the gang if they're not going to be on. But listen, if it's me and Big D, it's me and Big D.
We do what we got to do, bro.
What we got to do, man. Man got to do what man got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It is what it is, man. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, all right, man. All right. I was saying to Sheen, a little bit lethargic in terms of my annual leave needs to come sooner rather than later. It's coming, but boy, it's been a long year. I do it to myself though. I hate to be out on the road in the winter, so I kind of back up my annual leave in the rear end of the year. So I kind of go like a madman, and then suddenly it's like body saying, "Brother, you need a break." But apart from that, man, I'm all right, mate.
Bro, listen, I'm just glad for the break. I was glad for the break. 2 weeks away.
I hear you, man.
I mean, obviously, I'll have a total of 3 weeks off from work, so I'll go back on the 2nd of December. So
cool.
Just need the body to get back into this time zone,
start
to dress up warm again. You know what I mean? None of them t-shirts and none of that, bro. But Jamaica was good. Not gonna lie, and it was great doing the show from out there. Even though our time zones was 5 hours difference, we was 5 hours behind. But it was great. As I said, Arsenal, did be proud against Nottingham Forest, playing on the front foot again. That's what I like.
That could have been a potential tough game.
It could have. It could have been. It could have been a game where it could have been a bit of a banana skin because you've got the likes of they play on the on the counter. Nuno's got them playing really well. Listen, they had at one point the second best defensive record in the league. Yeah. Coming to the Emirates, I was worried, because the talk of Ben White, going into yes, root calls, man. I'm back in the country, my friend. Who's saying, yeah, man.
Yes,
Jamaica, nice.
man.
Yeah, man. It's good. Big up to you, brother. Big up to you, man. Yeah. And yeah. So the game, the game. I was thinking, geez, you know what I mean. If Odson Doi, and Malango on the other side. I think Malango ended up going off injured.
Yeah. But he rested Chris Wood.
We literally. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care.
That's your bad boy of the season. That was the head scratcher for me. I said, "Yo, Chris Wood, you're not starting him." I get it; he can't burn him out. I get that, you know what I mean. But I think it's the wrong game. That's the wrong game to rest him, in my opinion. But there you go, man. Yeah. I'm not the manager.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look. I was glad. He ended up starting. What's the striker's name? I can't even remember his name now. He started. Is that tall brother?
Yeah, the black guy, right?
All right, but
I can pronounce that. Yeah.
He gave us a bit of problems last season. You know what I mean? But they came out. They came out, and I think they were pretty shocked the way Arsenal sort of played on the front foot. You know what I mean? And in that game, we did have Saka and Odegaard playing in that game. But the way we came out on the front foot. Listen, they didn't have nothing, and I think we made them look bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Their expectation was maybe that Arsenal were just going to come out, play on the back foot, play pragmatic football, and try and play that possession-based football, keep the ball, and slowly progress it up the field. And if we get a chance in the third and we do something, we do something. But if they nick that ball off of us, there's a massive chance that they could hit us on the break. They've got the pace. Yeah. And I was shocked, as you say, D. I was shocked not to see Chris Woods in the side. I was absolutely shocked. I couldn't believe it. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, and they didn't have nothing to offer. You know what I mean? They really, Raya didn't really have nothing, any hard work that he had to do. Do you know what I mean? He was comfortable. And we saw at the game comfortable. We could add more goals. We should have won that.
They weren't threatening. They weren't threatening at all, really.
Yes, Static. What are you saying, man? Big up to you, bro.
Static, big up yourself, man.
And whilst you people are on there, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, my friends. People, hit the like button and subscribe. But yeah, D. So with them not starting Chris Woods, I thought, hey, okay, fair enough. I mean, I was a little bit like when I saw the lineup, and I saw Jesus up front, and still for me, he does not bring anything.
He loves this guy, though. He loves him, though, doesn't he?
Say that again.
He loves Jesus, and he offers nothing.
He doesn't. He
offers
doesn't.
Nothing, no.
He don't offer nothing, man. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw the lineup, because obviously I'm on another chat group called Arsenal Debate. And I was discussing with one of my friends who we're always going at each other when it comes to Arsenal. He's a big Arteta fan. I'm Arteta, as you know, and that. But yeah, we try and reason, but it's a lively reasoning. When reasoning, it's very lively between me and the brother. You know what I mean? If you don't know him, Mr. Harris himself, Mr. Ian, my work colleague. But it is what it is. We love it. We love to debate. And one day, Ian, I'll get you on the show, bro. But so when I saw the lineup, the lineup was Trossard, Jesus up front, Saka, playing on the right, and then you got Moreno. I looked at that midfield. I thought there's no legs there because you've got Moreno, you've got Jorginho in there, Odegaard. You know what I mean? Odegaard's. I mean, he might be deceptively quick. I don't know, but I just looked at that and thought there's just no legs there. Then obviously Calafiori coming back from injury. You had Gabriel Saliba, our mainstay, and Timber. For me, Timber, he has to stay at that right back position now. He has to stay.
I think I'll make that his own. Or Static saying, hey, Static, man. That's all I can say is that Jesus has that Diddy tape on Arteta. That's all I can say, mate. Because I don't know how this man is started in the Arsenal lineup, bro. Allegedly. No. Careful. Pause. Yeah. He got that tape, though. He got the evidence.
Yeah. No, but absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that lineup, I was thinking, because I think I predicted 2-0 before I knew what the lineup was going to be. And then when I saw, I thought, bro, I need to change this, you know what I'm saying? But look, they came up, won it 3-0. And as I said, you know, Jesus didn't offer nothing. You know what I mean? And obviously, you know, Saka getting the goal, very good goal. How the defending was bad. I'm not going to lie, the defending was bad. But the way Saka took on, like he likes to take that on that left foot. Go across in that area, you know what I mean? And then he literally wrong-footed the keeper, played it into the top, you know.
Because I didn't think he was going to shoot there, you know, no.
No,
I thought, is he going to shoot there? And then he just let it go. And I thought, I don't think anyone expected him to shoot there because he was going, he's come across.
I come across and I was thinking, you know what I mean? And then there was other occasions where he had a chance, and I think Odegaard played it too. He took an extra touch. I thought if he picked up first touch, bang. Because listen, when you're in those games, and just looking at the overview of the game, when you're in those games, you score in the 15th minute, and I'm thinking, all right, we're going 1-0, and you're thinking we have to go and get that second goal, because I was a little bit worried that, you know what I mean, we might drop back into the typical Arsenal playing side-to-side football. Yeah, we come out second half, and I give props to Arteta. Give props to Arteta, because what he did in that situation was he replaced Jorginho and brought Thomas Partey on. Yeah, because Jorginho ended up picking up a yellow card in that game. And I was thinking, you know what I mean, he hasn't got the pace. And if he goes and makes a late challenge or whatever, that's him off. And then we're, you know, in the situation where we're again now playing with 10 men. But Thomas Partey comes in, another assist from Saka. You know what I mean? Saka now, I think he's got 4, I think it's 10 GA at the moment, or it might be 8. No, I think it might be 8 GA. Yeah. 12 GA. I think he's got 4 goals and 8 assists.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know, he's starting to find his feet again. But, you know, an assist from Saka, Thomas Partey, fantastic take of the goal. You know, we go 2-0 up. And then, you know, Ethan Remember, who we've been calling for a long time. G.
Yeah, you've been calling him out, man. You've been calling him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He came on in the 86th minute, but I think he needs to bring him on a bit more earlier than that. Because
give him the 30 minutes more, innit?
Yeah,
give him the last 30 minutes.
I was on another track. Big up to Northside. I was on Northside's stream. Yeah, I think yesterday and a couple of other times. We was discussing about maybe playing Ethan Rennery and Odegaard as like 2 8s. Yeah. And they kind of into switch because they could drop into the 10 or whatever, depending on how they play the system. You become more attacking. You start to play a little bit more on the front foot. Because Moreno, I don't know what Moreno is at the moment. I really don't know what he is. He's meant to be our 8. Sometimes, you know, is he played as a 6? I'm not too sure. I can't work it out to be honest. But I think at the moment now, what I'm seeing from Arsenal now is like, obviously when they came back from Dubai last year, or start of this year, should I say, and they started to play on the front foot. Because you know, I was talking about the way Arsenal are playing currently now, and when they played at the start of the season, and you know, some people say, "Oh, is it because now that Odegaard and Saka now back in the team, we're now starting to play on the front foot?" But if you look at it, truth be told, at the start of the season, Odegaard played and Saka played in the first, I think, 3 games. Then what's the name? I think he got injured. Odegaard got injured. And then it was Saka from, I think he played from Man City. It was him until we played Bournemouth, where both players were out. But in those games, yes, we won those games. We drew some games, but we were still playing with the handbrake up. And I think now that they've come back now, I think Arteta's turned around and said to them, look, go and start playing on the front foot. Or the team will take it on themselves. I know Odegaard is also almost like the one who starts off the press and all of that. You see that in the last 2 games where, you know, he initiates the press and the team follows. But for me, I looked at that game and I thought, they're playing more fluid. They're playing more on the front foot. That was the Nottingham Forest game. And then yesterday, you know, we go to Lisbon. Game was over in the first half. Yes, we kind of took off gas second half, and I was thinking, I mean, what was your thoughts there? You know, watching us against Nottingham Forest and then watching us obviously against Sporting Lisbon and going into the game, did you think Sporting Lisbon could be a bit tricky?
Well, the thing is, I think that the Lisbon game, I think they're clearly having a hangover from losing their manager, because they've been very good this season. Yes, Junior, big up yourself, bro. So if you go over there and turn them over like you did, I mean, I listened to the second half on the radio, and I was shocked that Saka was still on late in the game as well. I was like, yo, this game is well and truly. Get your star players out of there, matey. Something that he's got to learn to do is in-game management. But I think he messed up with his subs, didn't he? Because somebody took a knock, and then he told Raheem to take a seat again, because Raheem was going to come on. So maybe Raheem was going to come on for Saka, but then I think it was Gabriel that took a knock. Was it Gabriel took a knock? The defender. Because I listened on the radio show. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'm not too sure. I to be honest,
he changed the sub, didn't he?
Yeah, he brought on Kivior. He brought on Kivior for him. Yeah.
So, but I look at Arsenal and what you've been complaining about, Norm, this pragmatic football, almost nervous, where he's playing not to lose rather than just play to win, bro. Because you've got.
And I think that was more evident. That was more evident at the start of the season, where because we was questioning, why is Arsenal playing like this compared to last season? And you know, you look at those games. Yes, we beat Wolves 2-0, but it wasn't just straightforward, because the Wolves had chances. Aston Villa away, we didn't have a brilliant game. Yes, we won 2-0 away. They were going to look at go, you know, sign of champions. They go away to Villa and do that, because that's a tough place to go to.
Yeah.
Then you have the situation where, you know, we're comfortably winning. Yeah. 1-0, we drop back, and then, you know, the situation with Declan Rice, you know, getting sent off for kicking the ball away and gets the second yellow card, and we end up drawing that game. We then beat Spurs. We was known as the set piece kings, you know what I mean? You know, I think it was Gabriel with
Gabriel headed
there. Then we go away to Man City. Situation we didn't expect, again, tough game to go away. Man City, we was 2-1 up, played with 10 men for pretty much the second half of the second half of the game, because we played for, I think, something like 60 odd minutes, because Trossard got sent off in the first half. Silly yellow card again. We keep it until the dying moments, and I know you were saying why City were keeping on defenders when they should have got on more attacking players like
that's
and
right.
Then when gets him on, we end up conceding.
They score, And I think you guys are kind of unlucky there in that game as well, because I feel like you were trying to push out, but you just like you were just hemmed in, and so it's like, okay, we're just going to defend for our lives. But there always comes a point where just that lapse in fatigue and a lapse of concentration, you think, oh man, set piece, because almost like they did what you normally do to teams, where your set pieces have been key, and maybe that's where the pragmatic football, you know, maybe he's saying, I can't go gun-ho in every game, but it's not what the fans want to see. I'm not saying gun-ho and reckless, but like attack. They want to see Arsenal flair. And when you're
the thing is, I look at that and I know Arsenal can play on the front foot and play
exactly.
That first 11 can play some good football. And I just think that Arteta's looked at it, and maybe, you know, the talk of that last season, the way we kind of fell away. When I say fell away big time, but we lost key games that we should have, and we would have won the league. We lose it by 2 points, and he's probably
and that is an effect as well, Norm. The after effects of being so near but so far yet again. So when you come into a new season, like I don't think you can pretend as a player that just didn't happen a few months ago. So you come into that new season and you're looking at the long game rather than the short game, where we don't want to run out of steam in March and April, because we just gone full steam ahead from day one. You know what I mean? And then you look at Liverpool consistency. I don't think anyone saw that coming. So you look at Liverpool's consistency, Man City's inconsistency, and then you know what I mean. And so.
Just talking on the Liverpool consistency and looking at, because if you look under Klopp, it was 100 miles an hour all the time.
That's right.
Players getting injured. You know what I mean? That, you know, and to kind of keep that. And I think they ran out of steam last season. That's why they ended up. Third. But when you look at what Slot is doing with this side, and again, I put my hand up. I thought Slot coming in, Liverpool would drop off. But the guy is, got the best goal difference. He's got the best defense in the league. He's got a very balanced side, and he's very good at what he does. And he's working with a team where he didn't do anything in the summer transfer apart from getting that Kaiser guy. Do you know what I mean?
But this is the thing, though. Even with that statement, Norm, the way the media and different fan bases came after Arsenal, that energy wasn't for Liverpool. Liverpool were at the top of the league longer than you guys were last season, but the energy was way different. And we talk about the media darling and all that kind of stuff. You're like, this is why people say this, because the energy that we had for Arsenal fans, an Arsenal team, which had that same energy for Liverpool, because Liverpool dropped the bag as well. It wasn't just Arsenal, but the media will just tell you that it was Arsenal that dropped the bag, and City was City. But Liverpool, definitely. But because it was Klopp's last season and they wanted this whole farewell tour, they almost like conveniently ignored that Liverpool was at the summit longer than both the other teams, and fell off way earlier than what Arsenal did. But
just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna add Chile.
Chile dog,
Chile has a right to be on the show. Yeah, I mean, so Chile.
Easy.
Right, just 2 seconds. Could D and Chile, could you just talk amongst yourselves? I just need to do something quickly.
That's all right. Chile, you soft lad. What's going on, man? That was a lucky win at the weekend, bro. That's a great win, Chile. No one saw that coming. Let's be honest.
Light work. Listen, we just come to Manchester and run things. You understand?
Listen, 7 goals in Manchester, between us and City. and you have to look at that and say, you got to tip your hat to Ange, mate. Let's not pretend. You know what I mean? Finding them disgruntled, I think,
consistency to carry on doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, that's more than a great 3 points. That's a whole dominated football game at the end of the day. And
that's the thing. It wasn't lucky. No one can say we were lucky.
Nah, you absolutely dismantled them, bro.
Yeah. Right. Yes, Chile. Welcome back. It's been a long time, and
I should be telling you welcome back.
Bro,
did you bring me back a coconut? Did you bring me back coconut or a mango?
I did two mango. You know that once.
Pause
you know what I mean? Wrap up in the cleaner.
You know that once.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I didn't want customers to start searching me up and say, "Yo, take them back." You know what I mean?
No, I used to always do that, but now I get digi now. I used to always when I came from St. Lucia to visit. Boy, this case heavy with mango, rum, everything.
Well, I bought.
Like you on your own if you get caught,
I bought back 2 boxes of patties though. That's all I know.
Is it?
I had one today.
That's the one, Bring back the patty,
Anything to declare?
No. Which one you buying?
Yeah,
Juicy. Is it juicy or they want?
Juicy, juicy patty. Juicy. Yeah, I think it's juicy patty. The flaky one, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's the one.
You brought a box back. I'll come and get mine. I'll take 2 cheesy beef and a lamb.
I got a couple of them in the freezer, and I had some in the fridge. And I had one today. The missus had one today.
That's the one,
It was nice, man. It was nice. Yeah. Listen, I enjoyed it, man. My stay out there was nice, man. It was nice. It was absolutely nice. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. Ethan is on a new contract with Arsenal. Good for him. He deserves it. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, as I said, Ethan, for me, listen, I needed to see this guy play more. And just sort of going back before we touch on, Chile going up to his second team and destroying them. I mean, we just
got one team, mate.
Shush.
Man.
Shush. But no, I want to see Ethan play more. And I was saying to you earlier on, mate, and discussing another channel, maybe just try and, play him in that 8, him and Odegaard. Yeah, we get on. Do you know what I mean? All right, yes, there's going to be some tough teams or maybe the lower down teams. Because I think this guy can go far with Arsenal. Absolutely go far with him. Because I think with Arteta, when he didn't have the tools like on Odegaard and Saka, it was like he didn't have a plan B or didn't have any ideas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, well, if you bought Ranieri and trusted him, I still played on the front foot. Do you know what I mean? You know, and with City's capitulation right now, we haven't capitalized on it. You know what I mean? And so now, you know, we're chasing down the likes of now Liverpool now, just so if we can get ahead of them. But I'm telling you this now, guys. If City go to Liverpool this Sunday and they lose, I'm thinking it's Liverpool's title. I really do think it's Liverpool's title. I think it's going to be peak for Arsenal. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's that you've got to hope now that Liverpool drop points. You understand? We got to hope that they drop points, which they probably will. But we now have to be consistent, completely consistent. For sure. You know, for these next say, I don't know, 5 to 10 games, mate. Do you know what I mean? Going into the Christmas period. So we'll see what the Christmas period is like and what it will tell us. But if Liverpool are still out there, whether they're going to do something in January or not, I don't know. Yeah. But, bro, at the moment, Liverpool are the ones to catch. They are.
I think it will be a hard reining as well. If because the thing is, City can go to Anfield and concede 3 goals just on what we're seeing on a weekly basis. Because if you can't hold a 3-0 lead in your backyard, then what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Listen, this is they've broken a record here. This is the first time this has happened to a Champions League side, guys, where you've been 3-0 up and then there's a 15-minute capitulation by Feyenoord. That's Liverpool's that slots X team. Yeah. So they've done him a favour, and they've come back and scored 3 goals. I mean, at the 75th minute, when I think it was Ireland that scored the 3rd goal. They said it's pretty much over now.
It was a penalty, then another,
so Haaland again, then Gundogan,
then Haaland again,
Yeah. You thought that game was up, and I thought, you know, they're gonna get out of this situation where I told you, asked you the question last week. Is City, you know, I'm gonna be able to get out of this rot? Evidently not. And now you get this situation where Tottenham went to their backyard and dumped on them.
If you see what he says he speaks to WGO magazine. He said, "Just give me my players back. You will see." He said it's difficult when you have to play without 4 central defenders, 2 holding midfielders, and the best player in the world, Rodri, out. 3 wingers out. Just give me my players back. You'll see Man City back. So this is me quoting Pep. You know. I'm like,
all right, yeah. So he's saying just give me my players back, yeah. Well, yesterday De Bruyne came on. Yeah, De Bruyne came on. Yeah. De Bruyne came on. So all right. Kovacic is out for a month.
Yeah, but Norman, when Odegaard was out, you man were all crying.
No, listen. We say you man were all crying. Like, what I'm saying is that
Arsenal fans,
Arsenal. No, this is what I'm saying. Arsenal, or Arteta, should I say, then could have used the likes of Ranieri. Why didn't he use Ranieri? Why didn't he use Ethan? Because I feel that Ethan could have.
You man were all saying, without Odegaard.
No, but
you're saying without Odegaard we can't win, blah blah blah.
Hold
on
a second.
They're saying about Rodri, it's different, huh?
No, but listen. Okay, in your eyes, Chile and D, do you think Arsenal are a 1-man team or a 2-man team? In the likes of Saka,
I think that you're diminished a hell of a lot if you've got a couple.
Yeah, the drop off is bad.
It's big. It's massive.
Yeah. If you see when those two are not in a lineup. You see even more pragmatic football and slightly disjointed. It's almost like they're a guy with a margin factor. It's not a bad thing though, because I think in most sports you can have key players.
No, you're gonna listen. We know, you know, Rodri is the main man for Man City because you can see the percentage wins and with him in, and when he's not in there, you can see the drop off. Yeah. And to a degree, you would probably say Man City is like a 1-man team because right now,
and even De Bruyne, they should have addressed De Bruyne's legs in the summer. There should have been a 2.0 De Bruyne working with De Bruyne to literally succeed him. And so him saying that, I've lost 4 central defenders and my 2 best holding midfielders, he's right. But then with all that money,
you should address it in the summer.
Yeah, address it. Where's your squad?
Rather than bring back Gundogan, he didn't have a great
I think his legs are gone, Gundogan. I know he scored yesterday, but he's not the one that left. Put it that way. Because when he left, he was, I believe he was Man City's best player the year he left. When the title left to Barcelona. For me,
he was clutch. He was clutch with him. He was clutch with him. The year that they won
really in the moments. Yeah. And so he can have his moan. I get it. He's got a depleted team, but Pep Guardiola. He's supposed to be able to just pluck a couple of youth out of the youth team and say, right, you're training with us this month. By next month, you'll be up to speed. Because that's how great of a coach he's telling people he is. So to say, oh, I've lost my best CDM, and now my team can't function without this one guy, does feel a little bit far-fetched. But we're seeing it in the performances, Norm. So maybe it's not far-fetched. Because we're seeing that they look lost in midfield at times. You're like, City look lost in midfield. City normally dominate midfield because they keep the ball. And you're chasing shadows. So, yeah, it's an interesting one for him to moan. But at the same breath, he has a lot of power at Man City. So in the summer, he should have insisted on, listen, I need cover for these two. Not even Rodri, because he's overplaying Rodri. So surely he should see that wasn't going to be sustainable, where you need to pull him out. And when you pull him out, you don't notice the drop as badly as... And with De Bruyne, you saw how Haaland was lost without KDB because he don't create for himself. And no one was creating for him like KDB does. So this goal drought was not a coincidence from Erlen because he wasn't getting a service that he normally gets from KDB. So there's definitely an imbalance in that squad in terms of what comes off the bench. Just even if you do 60% of what those two give, they weren't even getting that. And so their inability to keep a 3-goal lead with that squad is kind of shocking, really. If that was United that did that, we'd be getting absolutely destroyed in the papers today. I tell you that now. I'm not saying they're not, but social media's not blown up as you might have Pep with his hand in his head or his scratch nose. But if that was a Ten Hag that did that,
well, that was just going on about what you mentioned about the scratching head. I mean, I think he's feeling the pressure. I think he's definitely feeling the pressure. And they asked him about that and said, like, what's going on there? Because we noticed that you've got a cut on your nose, your head's all scratch up and everything. And I think he's feeling the pressure. And I mean, obviously, I think he was a little bit wrong or out of order for saying, like, I'm self-harming. But that's just a quick reaction to what there is, and he didn't come out and apologize.
He was rattled, wasn't he? He was rattled,
yeah. But you can see that the pressure is evident, is absolutely evident with him now.
I'm here for it as well, Norm. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
man.
For the team to be 3-0 up and that they've not won in 6 now, and if they go to Liverpool on Sunday and they lose that's 7 games now on the bounce where they've not won a game. Ridiculous. And that will be 4 games in a row that they've lost in the Premier League. That's crazy when it comes to Pep. And just going back to what Cool said, he says, Chile is right. Our fans believe we'll die without the Real Madrid reject. The fact that it might be true is a damning indictment of Mr. Win Nothing and his recruitment. Not true, right? Just finish off with not true. Now, the thing is now, at the start of the season, and I kind of went through it briefly with you, D, we had Saka and Odegaard playing for the first 3 games, but our football was still very much on the back foot, pragmatic, So our Arteta must have said something about the way we approach and the way we play. We was asking this question at the start of the season. What's so different about, even though we was winning games, I wouldn't say we scraped games, but we didn't look convincing, And there's that saying that teams, great teams or champions win ugly and all of that such and such. But there was just something about Arsenal, and I'm saying that it's unsustainable if the likes of Odegaard gets injured or Saka, because they are key players, as you said. But then what we should have done in the summer transfer window was address those areas. One, we should address the striker situation, which we didn't do. Because evidently Havertz is meant to be our number 9. He's not a number 9. He's not a number 9. He's not a natural number 9. We didn't get cover for Odegaard, but yes, he brought up Ethan through the ranks. Why you've got him in the side? Play him. He's doing stuff in the cup games and that. Play him. Take a chance on him. We took a chance on Fabregas. We took a chance on loads of young players under Wenger, and look what they're doing now. I mean, obviously, they've gone on won things with Barcelona and with when we won the Premier League and such. But you know what I mean, he's not taking a chance on Ranieri because maybe he doesn't trust Ranieri, or he doesn't even trust his own skills in terms of making the team play like that, because he's worried about losing. So he said, right, listen, guys, just play safe, keep the ball. If it means we just score goals by set pieces, that would do. Because at the start of the season, that's what was known as.
That's what it felt like, didn't it? Yeah.
It was known as the Dark Arts Kings, and was known as Set Piece FC. Now, I think it's been a long time since we've scored a goal from set piece, and then yesterday we go and do that. We're playing in a fluid system, and Gabriel comes up trump and gets us the third goal before half time, and we're going to that. We're going to that half. A 3-0 up. So Saka and Odegaard were playing at the start of the season, but we were still playing pragmatic football. Now that they're back, it's almost like because of now the drop off, you're seeing what Liverpool are doing, and we need to have capitalized on that with Man City dropping off, and we didn't do that now, because if we was to play like we was playing now, I don't know why is it that we're switching on, switching it off. Just play on the front, because Arsenal can do it. It's not like we can't do it. There's certain teams that can only play defensive. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But we know that Arsenal can play on the front foot. It's just that, Arsenal just, Arteta, I just think sometimes he's scared and he's scared of losing rather than going out and imposing himself. We did it at the end of last season and, the beginning of this year where we came back from Dubai and we were blowing teams away. The last 2 games, we've scored 8 goals.
Yeah.
By playing on the front foot. Yeah. Go in January now and go and get that clinical striker. But will we do it? No, because maybe he doesn't want to upset the apple cart because he's, for some reason, he probably doesn't like playing with a natural number 9. You look at Gyökeres last night, we was all, and I still want him. I still think just because Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba pocketed him doesn't mean to say he's a bad striker. You got to look at his numbers.
Yeah.
I'll still take
Plus, you have to remember, like I said, before we came on, it's a team in a bit of a disarray losing such a good manager for them because they still obviously try to play that system without that manager. So you're going to see a little bit of disjointedness because whoever comes in, it's like what you saw with us, very disjointed, because now he's saying, no, I'm going to set the tone from now. I'm not going to bottle it because Man United are in crisis. So I imagine the sporting manager's come in and said, well, okay, you've lost your manager. You're playing this way. I've got to come in and put my stamp on it. So,
but to be honest, when he came in, the interim manager came in, or I don't know if he's actually got the job full time, so I'm not too sure. But they had the game before they played us. They won 6-0.
Yeah, right.
So they've not lost that home all season.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why that result. I think you guys are just unsettled them for whatever reason. Unsettled them.
We didn't give them no chance. We didn't give them no spaces. Odegaard set the tone for the press. You can see Martinelli doing it. Everybody. With Odegaard out the side, yes, we don't have that press. We do not have that press. But as soon as he comes in, he's the captain and he sets the press and he sets the theme for us doing that. And that's what I saw yesterday. We didn't give him any room and we was winning the back. I mean, Partey in the middle of the part was this, man. He was fantastic, controlling the game. Even when he came on in the Nottingham Forest game, because remember, Jorginho was the one that started.
He's playing the holding, yeah.
Arteta changed him, brought Partey in. He comes in, controlled the game. So I'm looking at the old Partey, because at first I was thinking, well, we might have to let him go in the summer because it looks like he's lost his legs. But mate, he's got a new lease of life, and long may it continue. Listen, Declan Rice, I think he's still playing with an injury, with a broken toe and stuff like that. So you can kind of see that in his game. You can kind of see that in his game. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. You know what I'm saying? Root calls are saying that Gyökeres was pocketed, but still giving us problems. Yeah. He was still giving us problems, absolutely. And that's why I'm looking at that game and thinking, just because we pocketed him doesn't mean to say that this guy ain't good. You know what I mean? Yes, big up. Listen, go and subscribe to Rashid TV or Arsenal Revolution. I'm subscribed to him. Yeah,
big up yourself, my guy.
we're hopefully looking to do a collab together. So listen, people, if you haven't, please go to Arsenal Revolution TV, Rashid, and subscribe to. We've done a couple of shows together on other channels and that. So big up to you, Rashid, for coming in there still. So yeah, man. Listen, all I've got to say is Arsenal just need to continue playing like this now, and we'll see where it gets us. We'll just see where it gets us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being real in saying that if, as I said, if City go to Liverpool on Sunday and Liverpool beat them, I think it's Liverpool's title. You know what I mean? I think it's Liverpool's title. You might think different because things can happen during the Christmas period.
And this is what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at that cluster of games in around Christmas and into the new year. And we may see a level of separation throughout the whole league. Because I think you're going to get bare injuries, couple of suspensions, because it's always an erratic time of football, regardless of you know what I mean, and that's why Harry Kane was calling out for this whole winter break thing, to bring the winter break back, even though he's not playing here anymore. But he gets it that the burnout will be real, the injuries will be real. I mean, we're seeing it already. In our teams where the injuries just seem to be going through the roof again. And remember last year it was the World Cup. We said, we blamed it on the World Cup, but what do we blame it on now? You know what I mean? It's just too much football because you're playing silly internationals that, unless they're World Cup qualifiers, they don't need to be playing football. And it's only the South Americans that were playing World Cup qualifiers. So it's what are we doing here? It's mad. It's mad. You know what I mean?
Just from Arsenal Revolution, 64% of our attacks are down the right. That is so evident. We know that. And obviously, with Odegaard coming back,
is that because of Martinelli though, Norm? Being off form.
You see, with Martinelli, listen, he scored yesterday. Yeah. I've said this about Martinelli. The best I've seen him was 2 seasons ago, where I think he scored 15 goals, or was it 13 or 14? I think it was 15 goals. That was his best I've ever seen him. And then before that, seen him playing under Unai Emery, where he would take on his players. I don't know what it is. I know he's had injuries and all of that, and I get all of that, But they've always talked about that left-hand side as not, you can see the other 30 whatever percent, 36%, obviously doesn't happen. It happens down that left-hand side, but you don't have California doesn't overlap. Martinelli is running up and down like a headless chicken. And you can see that in this game because when he plays with his head down. He runs down his blind alleys, and you know what I mean. The Martinelli that I knew 2 seasons ago, and when he was playing under Unai Emery, we ain't seen that Martinelli. He's very inconsistent, and obviously with the injuries and stuff like that, I see that as well. But it just the more creative side is this side, and even in the game yesterday, I was watching yesterday. I noticed that Martinelli wasn't out on the wing. He was coming inside. He was coming inside.
He kept inverting, didn't he? Almost like playing an inverted 10, weren't he? He kept he wanted to just be. It's weird to what. It's weird to see. Like you're like, bro.
So I don't know.
It's not giving you width, Norm. And you're like,
but I don't know if that was a width because we was getting. But I'm saying he was getting the width from the right hand side.
But nothing.
And then when the ball was switched over, he was cutting it because sometimes I saw him in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
You get me. So I don't.
And maybe he was told to do that, Norm.
Maybe
just to throw off the defense.
I still need to see this guy take on players and that, and I'd be lying if I said he's got a Brazilian passport. You know what I'm saying? Of the football that I'm seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? But look, we need all we can. We need all the players that we can get right now because we can't afford to be depleted.
Would you spend 85 mil on Gyökeres?
Yes, 100%. Wouldn't you, D? Wouldn't you, Chile? Yeah, 100%.
I'm spending the money.
I mean, you got Arsenal fans, some Arsenal fans digging him out and saying, "Oh, I wouldn't take him," blah blah blah, and blah blah. Go for Isak instead. No, this guy, I was watching.
Isak is injury prone, no.
Yeah, that's a problem.
He's injury prone.
He's injury prone. But I was watching Julian on AFTV. And this guy was just chatting nonsense, brother. I was like, just turn this off, man, because I don't know what this brother's talking about. He's saying, I saw him yesterday. You've seen one snippet of him yesterday. You don't even watch the guy, and you're turning around and saying that, he's only at the championship level. Behave. Yeah, you don't mean what you're saying. Yeah, you do not mean what you're saying. You're just doing it for TV. You get paid, yeah, to say them stupidness. Yeah, yeah. So you're over there in Lisbon, and you're saying that this guy is not good enough for Arsenal. Are you having a laugh? Get out of here, mate. Get out of here. But it is what it is, man. Listen, let me calm down myself. Let me just calm down myself. You understand? Let me just calm down myself. Yes. Big up AFC. What you saying, bro? Big up.
Yes,
Chili's back with us.
Yes,
And listen,
up.
let's talk about Chile. Let's talk about Chile going to his second team and taking them apart 4-0. I call your team Chile. I've named your team Binary FC. You know that. you know binary code. You know what it is? On off, on off. You win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. But bro, Chile, even yourself did not expect. I think you put in our chat when we do our prediction thing. I think you put 2-2 as a thing, which I think you would score goals. But to go there and win 4-0, absolutely unbelievable, mate. Just let me hear what you got to say, because I phoned you from JA, man, and boy, you was happy. Let me add Mr. Kofi Slot to
man like Kofi, you know. Yes, my brother.
Kofi.
So, you notice how they come on when they do well. Yeah, it's only that old and the fool. Every now and again, JP comes in. I'm open to see if Ez comes on. He says he's going to come at 7 p.m.
Yeah, he did say, yeah.
And we need to discuss Mo Salah's contract as well, Kofi Slot. But big up to you, bro. What you saying, man? Good to have you on the show, man. But
guys, apologies. It's been a long while. A lot of moving, a lot of going back and forth, moving stuff. But yeah. You're there now. You're there. I've kept you in mind. I'm just trying to get stuff rearranged in the living room, and it's getting there bit by bit.
Yeah, I just see Lucy. Yeah. Lucy. You got Lucy. The Norwich supporter. You're out of the way there. Right.
But good to see you guys.
Yeah, man.
Listen, let me hear from Chile. Chile, please talk to me, man. And just before you say what you got to say, Chile, the thing that I put on our chat, was, do you agree with Gary Neville that Man City now are in decline?
No.
I think they've lost the motivation.
I just think that team.
Let's hear from Chile first. Let's hear from Chile in terms of Tottenham's performance, and then we can look at context. I don't like using the word context, but you know, it's one of those buzzwords at the moment. So let's hear what you got to say, Chile.
I told you, light work. We got to Manchester and just run things like it's our yard. What,
literally?
Running what?
Literally.
Right. The performance was unbelievable. Like the first 15 minutes, we were under the pressure, you know what I mean? Under the cosh, but we weathered it. And then Madders, that ball from Kulu. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
What a ball.
Beautiful.
What a ball. What a
Beautiful.
ball. Man City were all over the place. Mate. But bro,
and your goalkeeper, Chile, as well. Their goalkeeper norms. Vicario. Man, Prime Michael, boy. This brother was just spreading himself, boy.
Yeah, because their chances.
It was like, what?
Their chances.
Remember, I put in the chat. When I put in the chat, I said, yo,
people need to relax about Man City. Yeah, people need to relax about Man City. Now, listen, I'm not saying that Man City are out of this, but the reality is this, AFC, if Man City go to Liverpool on Sunday and lose that game, they're out of the title race, mate. It's just
Pep will be rattled.
Unless
I agree with AFC, Liverpool, people need to just relax.
Yeah, I know that, Chile. I understand that.
Yeah, but Chile, and Craig, this is what I would say. Our eyes are not lying to us. We're seeing what we're seeing. And at this moment in time, they are absolutely dismantled.
Yeah, but what if they turn up Sunday and then they're back to like their real self?
But then so be it. But the evidence tells me that they're not going to Anfield to dominate you guys. I will be shocked.
They're not going to Anfield to dominate us, but we've in games where we've played against other teams, we've probably had one half better than the other.
Yeah.
Let me just say this quickly, Kofi. Just to say this, the only time Man City have beaten you at your ground was without fans in the stadium.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good results against them.
Yeah.
With fans in the stadium, you've dealt with them.
Yeah.
Because, Pep said it's a hard team to go and play against Klopp. Them times, with fans in the stadium, you didn't really got a result up there.
But then the thing is,
most times you won. Yeah.
It's a slower tempo that we play at times in the game. So that kind of makes me think, will City set up differently, or will they keep going?
They only play one way. They won't. This is the thing, Kofi. They won't. They only play one way. They don't. Pep doesn't have a plan B.
Yeah, Pep's stubborn. Pep
has come out and said, Pep has come out in his thing and said, I will continue to play. Just like Andrew said it, and said he will continue to play.
But that's what you want your manager to say. You don't want your manager flip-flopping because he'd had a few bad results. What about the 5 championships that he's won or whatever it is, and the Champions League playing the same way? And now he's going to change it.
No, I'm not saying that. No, what I'm trying to say is sometimes I'm not saying that he must go away from his philosophy, because that is his philosophy. Just like I was having this conversation with the missus, and I was saying that, when you guys beat Southampton, you didn't have a great game against Southampton,
exactly.
But you won it, penalty and Mo Salah coming up with that winning goal to put the game to bed, pretty much. Yeah. So the thing is, I'm saying that with teams that if their philosophy is to play a certain way of football, yes, but sometimes you can't keep playing the same way, because literally in that game, Chile, Tottenham, as I said, you was under the cost for about 15 minutes, and I was thinking, whoa, Tottenham and City playing high line, and the chances that City had, and I think it was the goal that Maddison scored was against the run of play, and then
I'll agree with that.
Their heads dropped, and they just didn't know what to do, and then. The ball from Kulusevski for the second goal for Madders, and then Porro with the third goal, and then shameful. You had Timo Werner mashing up Kyle Walker. What was going on?
But then, guys,
Turbo Timo, I don't know why you man are hating on him. Listen, put him on the left. Put him on the left. Give him some grass and a football, and he's gone.
Yeah, but you know his end product's not brilliant. You know that.
Like, I'll give another example. Like, look at the last 15 minutes of yesterday's Champions League game.
Yeah.
And they just fell apart. It was like you see them like dominant, and then 15 minutes later they're still trying to chase the game for more goals. Yeah. And they
exactly, because they were still playing a high line. They were still playing a high line.
They got slapped up.
Yeah, but when you're 3-0 up, you should be able to play that way. And
see it out, man. Just see it out.
Nah, you have to close the back door, gents. I've thrown a lot. You close the back door, man. Especially City. Like you literally put another holding midfielder on.
I'm trying to get a fourth. That's all I'm saying.
See, not in Champions League. Hold on, this is
hang on. You're 3-0. Listen. You're 3-0 up. If they score, shut the door. You've still got a 2-goal buffer. But if you then go on and score, it's now 4-0. Go for the glory.
But Chile,
the glory is there. You're 3-0 up,
Chile. How do you explain that you're 3-0 up with 15 minutes ago against Feyenoord, who's not exactly, a top European side?
No, I can't explain what happened there, but I'm saying that myself, I want my team to. If my team's 3-0 up, I don't want them sitting back and defending. I want them.
I'm not saying sitting back. You control the game. I'm not saying you sit. I don't say you sit back to then invite pressure on you. You control the game.
You just play possession football.
The problem is at the moment,
you control it by scoring another goal. Did you see what we done the other day? We didn't stop at 3-0. And then you're on here talking about how good we were.
But Chile, you got to also look at the fact that Man City at the moment are.
You were talking about Arsenal getting 5. Arsenal didn't stop at 5 yesterday, did they?
No, but the thing is,
if you're 3-0 up, you don't stop. You carry on going.
No, but what I'm trying to say, Chidi, I hear what you're saying there.
It's 3-0, man. That's past the pad settings. 3-0.
No, but
you shouldn't be losing or drawing if you're 3-0 up, no matter what you do.
In the context of how they've been playing over the last month, they are not looking great like that. So that 3-0 should be like, it should boost their confidence and morale.
Going into the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Going 15 minutes ago, and it was 3-0. Who thought that could happen? That's unbelievable.
But in the context of how you've been playing over the last month, you would really want to shut up shop and just keep the lead how it is.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
I was saying to Noms,
you still got a 2-goal buffer. You're still going to win the game. So
I was saying to Nomsky, I was driving in the office listening to that on the radio, and I'm saying, surely Pep makes some subs in and closes the back door here. At 3-1, you just say, right, close the back door.
No, that's what I'm saying. No. Exactly, D. At 3-1, you say, right,
no
more chances.
Didn't know Chile.
Shut up shop.
It's like their head just went, and then what happens is the blame game starts. So defenders are blaming each other for their mistakes, and that's why they're rattled now because you'll see it on the pitch. They're pointing fingers and arms in the air like, what were you doing there? And it's like, hold on, guys, the game ain't done yet, And you can see their heads were gone, and the game wasn't finished. And that tells you that something away from football is really, forget the injuries, something away from football. And you're hoping that Pep signing the contract would have been a bit of a galvanizing thing. But then you'll see on Sunday, Kofi, whether Pep staying is a good thing or a bad thing, because remember we spoke about it 3 weeks ago about sometimes you need a change of voice in the changing room. And I'm not saying, go and sack Pep, because to be honest with you, that would be a mad thing. But Pep will look at himself and say, remember, he's never stayed at a club for 10 years. So for him to extend himself, even he's saying, boy, is this the right thing for me to do here? Are they fed up on my voice?
You're looking at it one last time. Let me take Champions League and just dust out.
But it means, Kofi, he has to rebuild. Now he's staying. He knows your Kyle Walker, your Gundogan, your De Bruyne. He's got a rebuild on there, even if it's a half rebuild. He's got the rebuild.
So the question I'm going to put out again. Gary Neville said that he feels that Man City are declining. And you're saying as well. Yeah, but if you're saying no, they're not declining, why do they need a rebuild?
Because they've got older players.
Yeah, so are they declining? That's the question.
No. Is that the players they've been relying on?
Yeah, they've lost. Listen, they've lost. Listen.
No, they're just 4-peated, bro.
Good along. Huh?
Did they just 4-peat?
Yeah, they did a 4-peat.
That's what I'm saying. So a team that just 4-peats, I can't be bashing them before December, regardless of the form. And I'm not saying De Bruyne is going to stay fit, but if De Bruyne stays fit, Foden has showed no form, and I don't know why he doesn't play. Remember we spoke about Grealish. Why are you not playing Jack? What has Jack done that we don't know? And I'm not even, I like how they're disgruntled now. Like I said to you, this is good for me because on the red side of Manchester, we've been atrocious. So looking over the street saying, look at this, like having a nightmare as well. It's actually nice for Man United fans.
You remember what Pep was saying about Grealish, that he wasn't fit or so that's
something
kind
more than that, though, isn't it, Kofi? Something deeper than that. It's not about fitness.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But we'll never know unless Jack does a book. Because dare I say it, I'd actually take Jack, because the way we want to play now, Jack in a 10, in that 10 with what's his name?
Can I before you carry on?
What's this?
Because yesterday's result was great, but 21 years without a league title, 1,577 days without a trophy. How does Chile feel about his club not winning trophies?
What happened to Craig and violence today? Chili, go on, man. It's talking to you, bro.
What did I do to upset you? Don't even let me go in on you, Arsenal fan. Have you seen how salty they are about Haaland telling them to be humble?
Humble. Since he said that,
look, salty as hell.
Just say that. Humble.
Humble.
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
Craig, be
apparently that statement, Norm, was from something that Arteta allegedly said to him, to Haaland. That's why he retaliated at the end of the game. That's what I was hearing, but I don't know how that even started. I just know it became a thing. Hence the meme. See the meme that I sent you guys, where you got that cartoon character.
It's kind of backfired on him at the moment.
Yeah, it has actually. Yeah, and sometimes you
no, it hasn't. You got need to be humble. How many different players are going to say Arsenal need to be humble before you realise to humble yourselves? Humble yourself.
As they give me that soul, Chili.
Chili. When you went to City, the Etihad, you humbled them, mate. Yeah, humbler. Yeah. Did you see Haaland's face? That guy looked like a lost.
It was fuming, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes, big up. I was saying what you say, bro.
Yeah, big up yourself, bro.
Big up. Yeah, no,
and football is a humbler, guys, as we've all seen over the years with our teams, boy. Yeah, where you see one thing and then it's not what you signed up for in reality.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
definitely
a humbler, man. But bro, so you're saying basically Gary Neville is wrong in saying that City are on the decline?
Yeah, because I'm looking at a team that has resources, and I think Pep can make 2 signings and change that fortune. That's why to say that City on the just won 4 titles on the bounce. They're on the decline now. No, I'm hoping they're on the decline, Normski. But if Pep is staying, I don't see it. If Pep is staying,
he has to definitely do another rebuild without a shadow.
And just those 3 players there. I'm not saying you don't start them, but it might be a case of man like Ez, big up yourself.
What's going on, people?
Look at United. In United's heyday, how many rebuilds did you lot have? You've got to do that if you want to stay at the top.
About 6 or 7, bro. Fergie did about 6.
Yeah, if you want to stay at the top, you've got to do that. You can't be keeping the same players, and that's why I'm a bit shocked that Liverpool are going to pay Salah whatever he seems to want.
No,
at the end of the day, he's 33 years old.
Come on, the guy is keeping himself ripped to keep going.
That's what I said to Normski.
Look at the final third in some games. He's out sprinting some guys, and you're telling me that he doesn't deserve an increase in his paycheck.
Yeah, give him a little $5,000 or something, but another 50.
We'll go to Saudi and get double, bro.
Well, this is what I said to Norm. I said,
Saudi,
if he goes,
play the Premiership.
Okay, guys, hold on. Let me just introduce that, because we just kind of jumped it. We just kind of skipped it. Mo Salah coming up trumps again for Liverpool, or on the weekend. But are the owners coming up trumps for Salah? Sorry, and he's come out. He's come out basically twice now, where he's been interviewed by one was by a fan, and I think the other one was a press. When he came out after the Man United game and kind of said, "Whoa, I'm just waiting for Liverpool to," because he's saying, "I'm out. I'm more out than I'm in." Basically, that's what he's saying, and. Listen, I posted on our chat, that my man is going to be 33 next season. He's currently on 450k a week.
450 or 350?
No, 450. Sorry, 350. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. I'll give you the pay rise.
I was like 450, but I missed that one.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're good.
But I think I was saying to you, Norm, is that when we was all back and forth with the voice bars yesterday, and I actually hear what Ez was saying, that the language, right? Because if he says talk to the club, like stop asking this question, talk to the club. I'm here, as you see, I'm here doing my part. But then I brought the attention of the American sports where they don't do their superstars like that. They either say to them, we're going to trade you or we're going to offer you the extension. And they do it early. That way, there's no misunderstanding with said superstar, whether he's coming or going. Now, if he knows that this is my last season and I want to go out with a bang, I'm going to win Liverpool the title, I'm going to be a top scorer, I'm going to be the MVP of the season, and I'm going to go to Saudi and get 600 bags a week, then I think we're not having this conversation. But I don't think you leave a Mo Salah with December in a couple of days, not know where he's coming or going at a club like Liverpool. Now, FSG, I think are being a bit cheeky because I think that's your, what do you want to say, talisman, superstar. And he's saying, yeah, man, there's nothing concrete.
That's what I'm saying. His intention is he really wants to stay.
To stay, right.
And if you're giving it out like that and you're not getting anything back, then how else you going to feel or act? You'll feel frustrated.
Yeah. And it's hard to hold your tongue when he's playing so well. If he was playing trash, then he doesn't say what he says. If he's having a stinker of a season, he don't say what he says, does he, guys?
It's like, I feel like if they're doing the same thing to what they did to Mane, then, you know, then it's like, what's the point? You know, why are you making it like publicly, whatever they're trying to do and say, oh, well, we want to hold out just to see how he thinks about giving him similar money, but a longer term. But that doesn't work for him because he knows he needs to keep going with a higher salary because otherwise, you know, for him, he might as well go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. You know, Jamie Carragher obviously came out and sort of said that, you know, I mean, obviously a lot of people don't think much of him, but he came out and said that really.
Allegedly, allegedly, bro.
Allegedly, okay. But you know, he was saying that really this shouldn't be the conversation piece. Now they should be really focusing on the game tonight, Real Madrid, and the game at the weekend. And he feels that maybe Mo Salah has been a bit selfish. And as I said, on 2 occasions now, he's come out and sort of said it's really in the club's hands. We haven't had no real contract talks. And he's kind of putting little things out there. So I mean, this was the game after I think it was the 2nd of November when they played Brighton, and then he come out on his Twitter post and said, top of the table is where this club belongs. Nothing less. All teams win matches, but there's only one champion in the end. That's what we want. Thank you for your support last night. No matter what happens, the key word is no matter what happens, I will never forget what scoring at Anfield feels like. When you read that, what does that say to? What is it shouting out to you, people?
He's trying to win the fans over. This is what Salah does, by the way. Yeah, as I said, I've got a good memory with Salah. And when Mane left, and they didn't want to give Mane his new contract, and they gave Salah his. Yeah. Before that, Salah was doing the whole, well, the club knows what I want, to the cameras. Well, the club knows what I want, yeah? Which at that time, that's not actually too bad. But technically, he's putting Liverpool between a rock and a hard place because, in other words, he's saying, I want to stay. Fans, I love you. I love Liverpool. In other words, it's just on the club. Cool. He knows what he's doing. He got his 350 from that, right? No problem. He deserved it. Now, Salah's doing a similar thing where he's the one that started all of this when he said after the Man United game, Kofi, it's my last year here. No one asked him.
Of course.
Asked him. He said it himself. It's my last year here, so this is a good win. And he said it almost like it was absolute. It's my last year here. Now, his narrative's changed a bit to, well, I'm more out than in. And he knows what he's doing, Kofi. I know you love him.
Here's the thought.
But everybody knew that it was his last year, so for him
not necessarily.
But because if even verbalize, it's been said throughout like the whole media that they're all on their last year.
No, but he said it's my last year here. In other words, it could be his last.
That's what he said. Yeah. Not the fact that he's down to a last contract. He said it's my last year. That's what he put out there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what started this conversation. Not before this did anyone ask him about his contract situation. he said it is my last year here, and that's what makes this win special. Blah 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 blah. So I'm kind of thinking, he is a smart man because it stirs the pot in the direction in which either Liverpool have to make it look like they've given him the best contract, or he goes Saudi. He knows.
Well, here's the scenario. His missus doesn't want to go under that strong Saudi law. And he can't go anywhere. No, hear me out. No, he can't go anywhere after playing for Liverpool. He can't stay.
No, but he's a proper Muslim, though.
Yeah, they'll change the laws for Salah. Don't worry about that.
No, but Salah's a Muslim, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that his missus wants to go there. She can come and go.
We don't know that, though. Listen, money speaks, you know, D. Money speaks, bro.
But
I'm telling you.
Out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and sometimes, because sometimes I think we as fans forget that there's always a huge influence from the family, and just for argument's sake, she likes the schooling here. She likes that there's more freedom here, in terms of she don't have to walk. I've been Abu Dhabi and them places, watch the women walking behind their husbands and all that. That's their culture. I've been to places with Sheena in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai where it says, no, she can come in, but you have to wait outside, sir. You'd be like, what? Like, she's not going to do arguing.
But then, but that's and I get that, but we got to respect that is the law.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She can come and go if she pleases in the summer. It's
summer. Listen.
So why did Liverpool let it get down to?
Okay, this is what we should be talking. This is what we should be talking
about. Exactly. That's what we should talk about. Why is FSG let it run? Not only Salah, but Trent and Virgil.
And Virgil. And they're not going to keep all three, guys. They're not going to keep all three.
But Cove.
Yeah, but that's why the owners have to just pull their finger out and say, okay, put their hands up and say, we messed up.
It's not the owners anymore now. You got Michael Edwards back. And he's Mr. Cheapskate.
Right. And you remember, he left because he fell out with Klopp. And as soon as Klopp left, he came straight back. All that speaks volumes. And now you're seeing, because beyond Kofi, you can't lose all three of them.
No.
That don't make any sense.
No, I don't think the club, like, they're stupid enough to lose all three like that. I think they know that Trent, because even Trent has said he wants to win trophies, and it sounds like he's gone.
Yeah, because Real Madrid have been chatting to him, innit? Allegedly.
Exactly. They've been having fair conversations behind the scenes, you know.
But Kofi, the situation is this: if you're all owners, people, if you're all owners, maybe Kofi's probably going to be the one, and maybe D as well, will probably be the one to give him what he wants. Yeah, the guy, as I said, is going to be 33 next birthday. Okay, he's currently on £350,000 a week. All right,
no, thank you.
Right, 350 grand a week. No, and he's come out and said, "Oh, he hasn't yet made contact." Listen, they've talked. Don't tell me they've talked, man. They're probably at an impasse because he's probably wanting 400 plus a week, and Mark Edwards or whatever his name is saying, "No, man, can't be doing that." Yeah. So does he? In terms of the length of the contract, does he say, "Well, the suggestion was this"? Yeah, this was the suggestion to give him a rolling contract, 375k a week. Yeah, a rolling year contract, 375k a week. Almost like a performance-based thing because he's still chucking out the numbers, Kofi just said give him what he wants, and keep it for 3 years, 400 plus. You said it, Kofi. I know you said it. You said it in a couple of times. Don't backtrack. You said it. Yeah, I will find it. I will find it, bro. I will find it. 400. So hold on. Would you give let me ask you this question. If Salah and his agent said we want 450k a week, because remember he signed that contract in 2022, the 3-year deal, and that was a very much public thing, and he got it. We still didn't know where we were staying. Now he's on 350, and he wants an extra 100k, 450k a week.
It's a lot,
right? 33 next season. He's chucking at the numbers, and you said you would give it to him. You said you would give him whatever he wants.
400. I didn't say 450.
Yeah, 400.
Kofi's being
that's a 50k a week pay rise,
50k a week, 400. What for? How long, Kofi? For how long?
Like, look at. That's why I said look at Sancho's when Dortmund. Well, they sold him to United, and how much was he getting? 370.
Yeah,
375.
Yeah,
so imagine 370, and he had
no. That's not how it works.
About 24.
But it's age though as well. Look how young Sancho is as well.
Let's have it right. Let's have it right though. You can't go based on people that decide to pay more than they should have. You understand? Yeah. Like, for example, if I go buy a full Fiesta for 50 grand, that doesn't mean that it's worth 50 grand. It just, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that just means that's what you paid for it.
Yeah.
That's what I paid for
it. For me, the club know that they don't want to break this wage structure that is just going to get out of hand.
Yeah, it's already broken.
They don't want to. They don't want to spiral so that everybody's looking at it, because players like Alisson, best goalkeeper in the world, he's only on 150.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
It will spiral down the whole club. Like, everybody will be looking at it like, nah, what's this? Why?
Because Virgil's on about 220,
and he's kept 220 for
that's about
for
right.
A while. Yeah,
that's about right.
For a defender,
put him on 250. He's aging. That's all right.
But yeah.
No, but
I actually said to Norm.
No, hold on. If say, you know, I think you said if Salah gets 400k and my man is on 220, don't you think that Virgil's gonna? And remember, Virgil's younger than Salah. I think he's younger than Salah by a year.
He's about
Don't you think? Are they the same age? Are they? Is he 32?
He's about 32, I think.
Yeah, they're about the same age.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I thought he was 31. But even saying that, would he?
Van Dijk 33.
Nearer the
33.
Yeah, that's 33. Yeah. And he's going to be 34 July. So
wow.
Yeah.
Right. So, listen, there's some interesting.
No. Do you know what, Kofi? Kofi, your directors need to be tough now, right? You put your best and final offers. This is no negotiation. This is our offer. You accept this or you go Saudi. You accept this or you go Real Madrid, and you get your people that is going to be their successors. You get them in line now.
I get them early,
At the end of the day, the reason why I say you do that.
But then players are going to do the same thing. Give me this, otherwise I'm gone.
Exactly. And that's why you have to be strong. You have to be strong. This is my best final offer. Some of them have credit in the bank, right? Like Van Dijk, like Trent, like Salah. They can actually ask for certain money. If they can't be within the club's remits, you move on. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it has to come to an end at some point anyway. These men can't be playing into their 40. You need to have the people that's going to take over these guys, either coming through your ranks or go out and get them.
But then I also think that the club...
Do you want to be paying a 36-year-old Salah 450 grand?
I think they're also looking forward towards what is Slot's rebuild going to look like. Because if they're going to keep Salah on, then it means they're going to they're sacrificing the rebuild of Slot.
Well, they're gonna sacrifice in terms of going out and getting a top class striker. Yeah, because the fact that you're paying this guy 400 plus a week. Yeah. The striker situation, because if you're gonna want to go and get a top class striker who's gonna be the main man, because at the moment Salah is the main man. Listen, the guy has got what 10 goals,
10 Prem goals.
Is it 10 goals? Yeah, in the Premier League. Yeah, the Premier League. 6 assists. That's GA 16 at the moment. We're just like a third way through the season.
Halfway through the year.
Do you know what I mean?
Because the thing is, I feel Slot needs to do his own rebuild as well. And that will take time, but he needs to start in the summer.
It's more of a patch-up job, if I'm honest. He's got a team.
It's not a patch-up job, but he might want his own players as well.
I don't know if I can believe in a rebuild when something doesn't need rebuilding. I don't know if Liverpool need rebuilding. You're top of the table.
Does it need rebuilding?
That's not a rebuild.
I wouldn't necessarily say a rebuild, but bringing...
But they're going to be losing a lot of players in the summer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If those three players all go in the summer, then he's got a rebuild there. Even if it's a semi-rebuild.
Then he's got a rebuild.
Yeah.
Then he's got a rebuild.
But I'm saying, if you get to January, you have to remember, guys, if they get to January, they can begin talks.
Yeah.
And
this falls back to the FSG. It's their fault.
Exactly.
Because at the moment, Slot doesn't know what to do. Slot at this point doesn't know what to do at this point because the press have come out and asked him and said, what's going on with these guys? What's going on with your guys? Slot said it's Mo Salah said he's going to be out, and Slot said no, he's more in than he's out because I've seen that from his performance. But it's all well saying that because that's the sort of thing you're going to say anyway. Yeah. But I'm going to say that Slot is in a position where he's got 3 players that are in January they can talk to anybody. 3 players, and he can't go. He needs to be able to go into the summer and say, right, this is who won it. Because if he loses those 3 players in January, I'm not going to say he probably lose. Maybe definitely 1. Like when I say lose them in January, I mean for the summer because I don't see Real Madrid coming. I think they'll just wait for them to run their contract down and Real Madrid will come in for whatever. So it's a thing of is come the summer, maybe Van Dijk will sign and maybe Salah will sign. All right, but you've left with Trent. You can find somebody for Trent. Yes, Robinson is now sort of kind of coming to the end of his tenure, so you need.
He's struggling. But Robinson's struggling.
You know what I mean. But if you look at the centre of the midfield, yes, he was in for Zubimendi. Zubidu, where are you? You didn't get him, right? So sorry about that.
But I still feel Slot is looking at maybe in the defensive line, and he needs backups. Because Konate's like he gets injuries as well, and he obviously would want someone to still be a replacement for Van Dijk if next year he kind of slows down. So basically, let's just kind of bring this to a conclusion. Basically, Jamie Carragher should just mind his own business. And just let straight. And just let this play out with the club and Mo Salah.
But hear me out. Go on. Hear me out though. Salah also, the club need to make it clear. Do you genuinely want to stay, or is it just a case of you will stay on conditions that are out of our reach? For example, you really want to go Saudi because the money's great. Because that's what he's kind of using Saudi to get Liverpool to pay him more. Now, if he really wants to stay, I reckon he would even renew on the same amount of money if he really wanted to stay. No, why? I'm thinking back.
That's why I was them dividers.
So you got to know your worth.
Then he wants to go Chile.
500-600.
But he's not worth
that's
that.
What you asked for.
He's not worth that.
Huh?
That's what Saudi are willing to pay. But trust me, Saudi was paying Jordan Henderson 400 bags a week. That's not what people are worth.
And where's Jordan
Henderson? But he knows he can get that.
Then
so whether he's worth it or not, he knows he can get it. That's it. So that's what he'll say.
Chile. He knows he can get it from where?
From Saudi.
But that's what I'm saying, Chile, is that's how tough the club need to be. Is if that's what your eyes are glaring at, off you go, mate. We're not even going to play the game. If you genuinely want to stay, let's have a conversation. That is literally that. If your eyes are glaring up at the 700, 800 grams a week, we can, no point. But if we can get anything near what we're on at the moment, that means you're willing to work with us because you know we are the club that you want to be at, and you know we've got a structure. You know that. If you want to honour that, we can get you a little bit.
He shouldn't stay for the same money. I think he should get. I think 400 would be fair.
And no, I think that's 400 is crazy money, gentlemen. That is crazy.
But 375 is what I said, guys. Rolling contract, 375. That's what I said.
Put Evo, in the boardroom. I'm going, Salah, we'll pay you exactly what you're on, but we're going to put bonuses in. Appearances bonuses is one. Goal bonuses another one. Assist bonuses one. And target bonuses. If you hit 10 goals a season. No, but we'll boost those numbers then. We'll keep your base at the same rate. We'll boost that. If you're on 30
that's a good idea, actually. Because then as long as you're performing,
then we're happy days. And as long as you're performing,
everyone's happy. About. You're earning your 450.
Because you can't fall into the... You can't. What Liverpool can't do is fall into the Rashford trap like we did.
Yes.
And we fell. We did this with Rooney as well. Yeah, we did it with Rooney as well. I think clubs are looking at it saying, every time we drop these new contracts. Same as Bruno, he gets a new contract, hasn't really performed this season.
Yeah.
Now he's got to try and perform in a new system.
Sterling's on 300.
Right. And
so I mean? Even Salah, when he got his money, he had a drop off as well.
He dropped off at beginning, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And then he picked it up.
Yeah, well, it was missing Sane, wasn't he? You realised how important Sane was to his game in terms of the way Liverpool were playing as well. Mane, sorry, not Sane, Mane. Yeah. And so you look at that, but like you say, we've seen it with Rashford, we've seen it with Bruno to a point as well, and this is under Ten Hag that they both. Like, yeah, well, if they don't think I'm worth that, then I'm off. I'm off to PSG. I'm off to Juve. Go on, then.
And I feel like also there just needs to be a policy maybe at Liverpool or all of our clubs. Yeah. After 31, there's a policy.
Exactly.
That it is standard that we are doing rolling contracts or year-only extensions or something like that.
Exactly.
Which we're not in these positions when it gets to. We know you're a quality player. We're just not sure how long you'll be able to keep it up for. And compared to a youngster, which whatever happens, you've got time on your side. There needs to be those policies. That way, you don't have these arguments.
The thing is, guys, because listen, it's like he's like a Peter Pan. This guy, because it's like he's getting older, but he's chucking at the numbers.
Yeah, he is. He's doing numbers, man.
His output is ridiculous, but you just don't know what the future holds. You can go and give him this £400,000 contract. And you saw what happened when he got it. He dropped off. Everybody, guys, he's got the bag. He's dropped off. Now anything can happen. Injuries, anything like that can happen, right? And it's a chance to shell out the money. Maybe the rolling contract, as Dee said, then
you like could buy someone to replace him, and they score 8 goals a season. So
I actually think with attackers, especially wingers, we've seen people like Cole Palmer come from nothing to something. I think you could take a risk with attackers. I think your defense, though, that's the place in every team.
You need to invest.
You ask Norman. If you will give up Gabriel Saliba, he's going to tell you no chance. No way. You know what I mean? Because you can't look around for centre back. So for Van Dijk, for as long as he can keep fit, I would actually put a lot more emphasis on keeping him. Trent. He's good. He's amazing with the ball. He's not a great defender.
This was a question. This was a question from AFC. He says, "Question: Would Saka be the right person to replace Salah when he does leave Liverpool?"
Of course.
No, I know what Kofi's going to say. I know what Kofi's going to say.
Of course.
I told you.
Of course.
That's a difficult one, man.
Guys, let's not forget. Garnacho is also available.
Yeah, Garnacho.
I'll put it out there just in case you was wondering.
Did you see against that way of no sense.
Listen, we'll come on to these games. So just hold your thoughts there. But listen, it's interesting. As I say, Carragher just needs to just hold your powder, and just leave it for them man to deal with. But I think it's just kind of that pup. The thing is what Salah's doing. He's smart, and as said, the agent's smart. They're clever. They're putting it out there because the fans love him. We all know that, and as evidently Kofi loves him because he would give him 400k a week for 3 years. Yeah,
and Kofi might know this, right?
You can see that he's not denying it. You can see. But listen, enough said on Mo. Enough said on Mo.
Quickly before you move on. Van Nistelrooy has just been appointed Leicester manager.
Whoa!
Now listen to this, people.
That's a great move.
Listen, that's a fantastic move.
Yeah. That's good. He was doing a good job.
I feel sorry for who was the previous manager that was there? Steve Cooper. He had 15 games, 15 games to say no, sir. Now you know what? In my head, I said to myself, when Steve Cooper got let go, I said to myself, because I know Van Nistelrooy was looking at the Coventry job and he was also looking at the Roma job, I think. Job?
It was Roma, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, whilst I was in JR, I thought, what if he would go for the Leicester job? In my head, I didn't really, because Leicester's not really much to talk about. And I felt sorry for Steve. They didn't really give him the backing. I was thinking, if, say that Leicester post did come up, would Van Nistelrooy go for it? Well, there you go. Fabrizio Romano has just reported, as he does. Transfer day is back. There you go. That's a good move. That's a good move. Yeah. That's a good move.
It's a well-run club.
We've got a challenge.
Yes, a well-run club. Yeah,
it's a well-run club, and hopefully, hopefully they back him because it is a good lad. Is Rude. I like Rude. So hopefully they back him and don't mug him off. You know what I mean? And he can at least steady their ship and keep them up. I think that will be his portfolio for now. Steady the ship, keep these guys up.
Saka's not for sale, unfortunately. Kofi, and it is what it is.
Go Nacho is, my brother. Go Nacho is. Seriously, think about that. Dwell on
that. Let me say this before your segment that's coming. Listen, Ruben will work his magic with this team. Don't worry about that. Yeah, even though his drip didn't drip against Ipswich. Yeah, his drip didn't drip against Ipswich. No, your man is about all his aura. All of his aura. Yeah,
2 training sessions. No, we can't do that. We can't do that.
This is a quick question because I know Chelsea have been kind of going under the radar. And Root calls his poses this question to Ez. He says, Ez, what's up, King? Can you tell me why Chelsea ain't being hyped as in a title race? I think they are.
No.
What does says?
No.
What does says, my brother?
No. Look. Let me be real with everyone. Yeah, I had to choose what hat I was gonna wear. Yeah, coming on in. Yeah, I'm gonna choose the sensible one. I'll save the other hat for when I go on other shows. Yeah. But let me be real. Chelsea, just let us be quiet. You know, don't talk about us because if you've not noticed, no one's talked about the 1.5 billion this year. Not one person. You said it
a couple of shows ago, my brother.
I'm telling you, when we're losing now, see where United are now, D? That's exactly where we were. Every news headline. Oh, where's the money? So hats off to Maresca for keeping the quiet. Yeah, he came in, told Chilwell where to go, told Sterling where to go, and he's got his players, and we're playing. We're getting results. We're not. By the way, we're not title contenders.
Yes, big up yourself, man.
Well, Chelsea are not title contenders, man. For as long as we've got a keeper that is, I'm trying not to. I'm trying my best to not be
derogative.
I'm trying, a keeper that's not a keeper. Yeah, Sanchez is not a keeper. He's just a tall man in goal. Yeah, as long as we've got that, we're not going to be able to run. But let us be quiet. Yeah, I like the fact that we're not in no one's headlines, and I don't need to bring the glasses out on the show. And that's it. That's what I'll say.
If you get a decent keeper in January,
that changes a lot because Jackson's making us look like we don't need a striker right now. I don't think it will last.
And let me say this, Ez. Let me just come in here and say this. Please let him continue like that because you don't need Gokares. You don't need him.
Man, look at this guy. Look at him. Look at this. This is good agenda.
You don't need him. Yeah? Because I know anytime we're linked with somebody good, these guys like to come in and ruin the party. Yeah?
Jump in on it, innit?
In terms of Jackson's expected goals, and I don't like talking about expected goals and field tip and all that. I think he's actually got a better expected goal return than Haaland.
Yes, he does,
and he's doing well. I mean, literally,
this is the thing.
Yeah,
this is the thing with Haaland. He's a good finisher, but he's not a great player. You know, there's a difference.
Yeah.
You see, the moment the service dries up, Haaland is non-existent.
Yeah.
Now, with these other strikers, I'm not saying Jackson's a comparison, but he does, even when he's not scoring, he's linking up play. He's bringing it to guys that can score, the Palmers, the other guys, you know what I mean? And that tells me that, you know, for a striker that's not always scoring, he can bring you someone else that will
put into the game.
It's a team game at the end of the day. Now, I'm looking at Harry Kane that was very good at that. Now, that's where I put Kane above Haaland still. Because many people, when Haaland started ripping up the Prem, they forgot that Kane was about. Because, you know, Haaland got golden boot and whatever. But Kane brings in people as much as he scores, and you can see him ripping up the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? He's got like 9.
Well, he's just gone and got another hat-trick, and
he's a joker.
Beating Lewandowski's record. So look, at the end of the day, he's doing all of this, but he still ain't won anything yet.
I know. He's got the Spurs. Chile just gone, but he's got.
Chile had to bounce. He said he had to bounce. So,
if the question is, would I take Osimhen or Gyökeres? Gyökeres, he's got the whole package. He scores, left foot, right foot header. He was unlucky not to score against you lot yesterday, but without
he
the team
hit the post. Yeah.
But
we kept him quiet though.
You did.
But,
you did.
We
you
kept
did.
him quiet.
Saliba, Gabriel did a great job on him. But you had to. I saw. Out of order. Out of order.
I thought, hey, please don't let this come back and bite us on the bum because.
Well, that's the thing. Because that could stop you not now. We might not like Arsenal now because of them things.
No, listen. Don't go there. Yeah, don't go there. Please don't go there. Yeah, just leave it alone.
I mean? He was on social media last night. He saw that.
Exactly, because he commented on it. He commented on it.
Yeah.
He spoke
about
it.
What did he say? I didn't actually read. What did he say?
He said something like he didn't see him do the celebration. He's glad that Gabriel clearly likes his celebration, but we like
to have him at the Arsenal as well.
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, if this guy played for us, he will bang for us. I believe he will bang for us.
If you got him, I would want Osimhen, but I prefer
because at the moment Osimhen is still on a loan, and I think you can actually to curtail his loan deal in January.
Yeah.
So
which
club
should be over that? But the problem is PSG want a striker now, and they can pay.
At the moment, PSG in Europe right now.
In Europe, they're not. They're good in their league, but not in Europe. They can't.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I would take Osimhen quite happily because we like African strikers at Chelsea. We've got a history of that. Demba Ba, Drogba, Eto'o.
Demba Ba. Yeah, Eto'o, yeah.
We've got a bit of a history of physical, strong strikers, and he brings a different dynamic to Jackson, where Gyökeres will be similar to Jackson because they do the hold-up thing.
Yeah,
whereas
he's strong and he's quick. Yeah,
you see, Osimhen, he just wants the ball in front of goal, and he does the rest. You know what I mean? Physical.
Yeah.
So
and listen, it was a kind of little small question for Ed. So he's saying, look, we are not ready to challenge for the title.
No chance.
You just go under the radar, but top four is a very big possibility.
Maresca's just doing his job in silence. He's not buying into this media stuff.
And I do believe you will win the Conference League as well.
And we should. If we don't win it, it's embarrassing. I'll be honest. If you don't win it, it's embarrassing.
But you can see. You can see he's been good. You see what the thing is. Yes, I looked at Maresca's in terms of his experience. All right, before Leicester, he hadn't really managed a club. Leicester is his first main club.
Yeah, main one. Yeah.
And you're saying, okay, you saw the football that he played. Leicester played under him. Very good football. Now it was about being linked with Chelsea. When he did get the job, it was like, is he got the experience now at that level to go and think? He's got better players to work with, and you've got young players that understand what he wants. Yeah. That said, Man United under Ruben, and Ruben's come out and said it that the players are not fit. They need to run more. They need to understand the system. And this is not a knock because I think Ruben will do a good job.
I think he will
do a good job.
If they don't break him first. If they don't break him first.
He's a good manager. And whatever happens, guys, if their Ed Sheeran come on the stream and interrupt Big D, I'll have it, right? If Ed Sheeran comes on and interrupts Big D's conversation here, right? Yo, don't ever do it, yeah? Anyway.
You know what? This was a joke. He didn't even know who he was, no. Amorin didn't even know who he was. He's like, what the hell's going on here? I said, you can see him go, no, I don't want to talk to him. Who's that? I mean, that tells you how poorly Sky is as well. Sky security should never let that happen.
Yeah,
that man could have rolled up and stabbed the manager, Imagine. Seriously, real talk, man. It's like, what am I saying here?
I know I've got to be careful how I say this, but you probably wouldn't have minded it if it was Eric Ten Hag.
Wow, no.
Hey, when I think back to it, Eric didn't have a clue, Eric didn't have a clue. When I think back to it.
He didn't. He didn't. When I listen to Ruben,
I can take him in.
I
can take him in.
Yeah, this guy.
And he's not trying to lie to us either.
He doesn't lie.
No,
he doesn't
lie.
He's
not trying to lie to us. He's telling us exactly what this team is.
Yeah, Eric speaks with forked tongue. Yeah, but this Ruben guy, when you scored that first goal, I was thinking, whoa.
He didn't even celebrate no.
No, he didn't.
He didn't even celebrate. He knew.
I was thinking, Ahmed crosses it.
I'm gonna be real with you. Ipswich are not a joke, yeah.
Right.
Because actually McKenna's doing a little job there, right?
He's proven that, and he is.
But the stature in clubs, value-wise, player,
right.
Amorin should be able to come and stand like this for 90 minutes and not give them
not even coach.
Not even, he should just say, you 4-3-3, Rashford, go play 90 minutes, and the players should come away with a result before the manager says a word against Ipswich. I'm saying what should happen. Now, when I see Zerski, and they're still looking for the shot that Zerski took that went up in they're still looking for the ball now, yeah. And I'm like, Lord, the man's got work to do. The man's got work to do.
It's actually more than work, as I can imagine. When everybody eventually got back, because he said he had two with the whole squad. Obviously, we saw what he was doing with those that didn't get selected. Even though Rashford and Casemiro decided to go long haul to America, I don't actually get that. When you got a new governor in the building, like just go to Spain for a few days. Neither of them needed to put them air miles on their body, and that was telling in both of their games. You have to remember, Rashford scored in 90 seconds.
Yeah,
right. Ask me where he was for the other 94 minutes.
Yeah.
So Gary Neville was right about criticising for going abroad. What about Casemiro?
Both of them, and this is the only reason why I'm saying they're right. Only because of the circumstances we are in. 13th in the league with a 0 goal difference, a new manager coming into town, and you think, sorry, I'm going to go to America because I didn't get picked for my national team. I'm like, guys, read the room. We're not that good for you to be swollen enough to watch basketball and all that. You can just go to Spain and get some sun, or south of France even. Get some sun for 4 or 5 days, come back, and be back on it.
Do you know what? I won't say who. Some people on the panel know who I saw. Saw a certain footballer and had a good chat with him. Good chat with him. Won't say who.
Yeah.
But the amount of drinks and alcohol I saw him doing, not judging him, he's having a little break. Yeah. And I was trying to think, if this was a Chelsea player, how would I feel about this? Because he's then gone back on the plane, and I've seen their team lost this weekend when he's been starting. I won't say who.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, okay. But I saw you in, okay. All right.
Don't say where. They might work it out.
And I'm like, And then I'm thinking about D now. Obviously, you don't know what Rashford was up to out there or whatever. These men are entitled to fly.
Yeah.
He likes the party, as we know that. He likes
when
the
you
party.
come back and then, you don't pick up 3 points against teams you should be. It's like, what's going through your man's head?
This was the audacity. You gave us like a 5-minute performance and did this. Man, sit down, bro. And you have to remember as well. I'm not even sorry, Marcus. I'm not just going for Marcus, right? But you have to remember.
That, you know how Amorin was trying to play him in the central position.
Yeah,
he weren't used to that.
No.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Amorin came out and said that.
If you look what he did, right? Everyone came back. Now, don't tell me that Amorin hasn't watched these games under Eric Ten Hag, just to see what he's really, really dealing with, right? He gets the whole squad back, and then he gets 2 sessions with that squad. He sends them all home. He goes upstairs to Abrama. He says, where is my 700 million worth of squad, my guy? Because what I just trained ain't 700 million worth of squad.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, right? Yeah. And then he made a decision to say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Rashford, Xerxes.
Don't catch the man by his toe.
Haaland. I can only play one of them. the likelihood of who's going to get me a goal,
Rashford.
maybe Marcus, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he starts in where he starts in. Now, if you look at it, the only people that came out of credit in that game for me was Mazarari, Onana, and Ahmad. After that,
Onana saved you guys.
We were absolutely trash, guys. Now, hear me good. It's one game under the system, right? You can see they kept looking over to say, "Boss," he's saying, "Go." How many times have you seen the man telling them, "Go"? So it's like they were nervous to push up because it was foreign. There was a point where you saw Evans on the edge of the box, the opponent's box, and Evans was going, "Rah, no, I can't be here." And so you saw the nervousness in the system, which I expected, because it's the first time they played that. I think they played it a few times in the Van Gaal norms, if my memory serves me right. Look how long Van Gaal was. In that, they've always been in a 4 at the back and whatever it's been, 4-2-2-2, 4-3-3, whatever, 4-3-2-1, whatever. That's what we've done. I don't want to see Ahmad playing as a wing back. He offers too much going forward for me. And you see how far he had to run to get the Rashford assist, literally left to the pitch, right? So that tells me and you have to remember, JP told me he ain't good enough for Man United. I want Ahmad to prove me right and JP wrong. That's cool. Man United fans having a bit of a banter there, but I did expect to beat them though. Even if it was a 2 or 3-1, I didn't expect to draw that game. And I think scoring so early, it's almost like that triggered them because they became the better team for me. Yeah. And I went, you see, McKenna got these mans well drilled.
They're drilled. They're drilled.
I watched Onana become prime Schmeichel. Yeah, and man saved him with his chest, just blaps. And then he's like, I saved it. It was like, what? And I said, in my mind, I said, guys, we can lose that.
Onana make some quality saves.
Quality saves, man.
He saved your bacon. He saved your bacon.
Did, yeah. And the manager said
they beat Spurs, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And so they're not a mug of a team, but I still expected to beat them, Norm. I expected that new manager bounce because I watched players not run back again.
Well, they said in that they looked at the amount of miles or kilometers that Man United ran. It was 102 kilometers. They ran, I think, 5 or 6 kilometers less than the Ipswich team. They've got the lowest, I think, if second or third lowest in the Prem for kilometers run. They're not a fit side, and one of the things he did say is that he can see that he needs to work on their fitness, because with Sporting Lisbon, I'm telling you, guys don't stop running. They run all day.
No, like most of them had a pre-season. Yes, we've had some injuries. I'm cool with that. We are in game week 12, and you man's ain't fit.
You're expecting.
Come on, man.
I hear that.
It's a Man United. Game week 12, and the new boss is saying half of them ain't fit. Because I remember there was a drill he was doing right now, and going forward, it looked really good. Obviously, there's no defenders there. And then he said, you lost the ball. And he had a ball on him, and he kicked the ball backwards. And he goes, everybody back. Man, they were gassing out, bro. And I said, yo. And so he's gone upstairs and said, please show me where my 700 million worth of players is, because that ain't it. And so I can't judge him, Norm. Because he's saying, if he doesn't start with his way of thinking and playing, then these players are going to get him fired as well. He knows that. Yeah. Already, he knows that after one game and a few training sessions.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he obviously needs more of him. You would hope that they will understand his system and that. But I'll tell you this now: if they don't get it, then come the summer, and I know we said it last week's show, that the owners are not going to kind of give him the same money that Eric Ten Hag had. Yeah. So yes, he's going to have to work. I don't like to use the word magic, but use, you know what I mean, in terms of his quality of getting these guys to a level. And some of these players, I mean, Bruno came out today and was sort of saying, like, it was the players that got, Eric Ten Hag sacked, they got Solskjaer sacked. Now so a lot of it is down to these players, yeah. Now
I don't even like that. I don't even like him talking.
I don't like that. I don't. Why he would say that, I don't know.
But you should tell it when they were there.
I'm telling you this now. Yeah. There's no way these players are going to get this Ruben guy sacked.
No, 11 gone now.
It's his way.
Right. 11 gone. And I tell you what is nice to look forward to. the injured players that he didn't want to risk against Ipswich. So Malassi, Euro. Dare I say Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw probably going to be our best left-sided centre back.
Yeah.
He's not going to play. He's not going to play Luke Shaw as a wing back. He's going to play him as a left-sided. So that means you look at because what he said he didn't want to throw the wingers in the first game as wing backs, our natural wingers as wing backs, even though we did it with Ahmad. Ahmad was the only one he could trust to play at wing back, and Ahmad got him an assist at wing back. Everyone else, he said, I'm going to play them too inverted. I don't know why. I don't know if you saw how Garnacho got destroyed by his Argentinian fans. They turned him like a pack of wolves. This brother, he's not as good as we think he is, guys. And not me. I never thought he was good. I said it's a moments player.
Sorry, just to interrupt your little piece there. Sorry, Ed, Sheeran, stay away, mate, stay away. Right, because I know Ez has just got to jump off, and we are coming to the end of the show. But just before Ez jumps off and everybody, just to show you the Premier League, what's going. Listen, Kofi, I don't know what you're drinking or what, bro, but listen, look at Kofi. Yeah, if you look at Kofi's correct score and outcome, right? 3 times guys nailed it 3 times. You know,
I'm having a Danny Bear. I am.
Listen, you're.
Absolute Danny Bear, no. My form is
Danny Bear, Danny Bear, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I had to even go back and check. If my son had got it wrong. 4 on the bounce, D. Yeah,
4 reds on the bounce.
You're coming like Man City right now. Yeah.
Yes, rubbing off. Clearly, I'm on the wrong side of Manchester.
And if you think about it, in terms of form wise, actually, Ez should be above you. But you don't.
I like the fact that Ez
is had to shoot. But as you can see, look at this. Kofi's on 16 points, yeah, and I'm there 6 points behind him. I need to try and catch this guy before Christmas. You know what I mean? But he got it right with the Bournemouth and Brighton game. Brighton were down to 10 men, yeah and they still went and won the game 2-1. So big up to you, Kofi, on that. And as you can see, guys, just to say, this is what's going on prediction league table. Kofi's up front with 16 points. Normski's second with 10 points. Big D third with 8. Ez with 8 on 4th. Chile on 6 points, and JP still in the relegation zone on 3 points. He did predict that Man United would win 3-0 against Ipswich. Obviously, that was not
away.
He was feeling confident.
That was a tall order. I think JP was hoping hoping for the new manager bounce.
Exactly, and we didn't get it. Unfortunately, you haven't got goals in your side when it comes to playing top sides. I mean, listen, you want to bang against the teams like in the Championship when you played, and Leicester, right? Leicester's Leicester. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think like after 10 games, hopefully those injured ones that he's trying to ease back in will become regulars, and you'll start to see a more organized and less panic team. And can we create from that? I think we can. He's got to gamble. He's got to decide that if Bruno wants us to play as a captain, then Bruno might have to play in the 6 alongside. You got Ugarte didn't play either. Like he came back late from international, so he's jet lagged. So I get that. So he's saying now no international football. He said I want to do less interviews and more training with my team. Because they've had him do a whole interview.
I heard him come out and say like he's done more media things as he's done for the whole of the season.
4 seasons in Sporting. I mean, come on, man, that's ridiculous. And I get it.
He's got obligations. He's got to get used to it. He's got to get used to the media attention
because they love media hype in the Premier League.
And the thing is that same media that want the interview is that same media that will get him fired, unfortunately.
I think also that's why Ten Hag was getting a little bit like
he wasn't good. Yeah, he wasn't good. Kofi was he with the media?
Yeah, he didn't like that at all, man.
Yeah, and I get it. There's obligation. You remember when Fergie fell out and Fergie was just sending number 2? He's like, no, I'm not doing it. But Fergie had that power. He'd been there long enough. He'd won,
of course,
so much that he said, nah, man, I'm telling my number 2. You lot annoy me. He hasn't. Obviously, Ruben just got there, so he's gonna have to learn that. What you did in Portugal, not in Manchester, my guy. These guys demand you. They think they own you. And you have to be able to maneuver that as well as... That's why I'm glad he's the coach and not the manager. That way, your Omar and Jason Wilcox, these guys get on with the managerial stuff. Let this brother coach the team. And I think, for me, I'm willing to give him 18 months now. I am. And the thing is, I think it may get worse before it gets better. And Man United fans are going to have to suck it up.
They're going to have to.
The fan base won't suck it up.
Well,
see some very ugly.
The situation is not a quick fix. So
nowhere near it, bro.
No.
We're atrocious. We still can't score goals in when it matters. You know,
I think you still got a zero. You still got a zero.
Yeah, still 0. Yeah, 1-1 to 0. Yeah, we just counted ourselves out.
Gertzy, Hoyland.
I'm concerned for Zirkzee.
Yeah,
and I don't know where he plays in this team because he keeps telling everyone he's not a 9. That's the only position open for you. He's not going to play him in that 10 as a 9.5. So he's gonna, and that's why I said he looked at the eeny meeny miny mo and said Rashford. He knows Haaland. He knows Haaland's not ready. He's going to be nice to him because he'll have to try and sell him.
Yeah.
And this is why I think Gyökeres will come. I don't think he fancies any of them 3 strikers, Norm. And I think he pushes for Gyökeres.
I think with the Gyökeres thing, I think if Gyökeres wants Champions League and you do not make it in there, all right, I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's a gentleman's agreement, I think for you to get into the Champions League, you would have to go and win the Europa League.
Exactly.
Now, currently as it stands, with the way you're playing,
Neither's.
I don't know.
It's a tall order.
It's a tall order. Yeah. Listen, things can change. He still needs more time with them on the.
But there's something he was going to say. It's something he said, Norm, and I didn't quite understand it. He's basically saying he's going to play a team, pretty much rest most of that team, and allow that team to be a training team and play the team that didn't play because he's trained them more, and keep swapping them until he sees now out of that 20 odd. Right, this 11 is the 11 to go to unless they're suspended or carrying a knock. And then the rest, he will say, right, these are my 3 subs to go to, or my first 5 subs to go to. Everybody else could be in that clear out. I expect I would actually keep Maguire now because Maguire can play in the 3. Lindelof can go.
Is he come back from injury yet? Is he still injured?
Nah, he's still injured, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
So he's been injured for a while. I actually don't know what injury he has, but if the system is that we're playing the 3 at the back, Harry's proven for England that he's very comfortable in playing that because he's not going to get himself caught out. You know, the ball over the top, his lack of pace. Because to be honest with you, you see a similar thing with De Ligt. He's not great with the ball over the top, but he's great with facing up and muscling up a striker. But ball over the top,
it's going to be pace as well. Yeah, and also the pace as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So after one game, I'm just glad we didn't lose because you imagine if we lost, my Lord. Press would have had him. They'd have had him digging his own grave if we had lost to Ipswich. So
bear noise your side moves.
Say again?
Bear noise your side.
Listen, I think they're upstairs watching the game. Yeah? And I don't know how. I understand it's Liverpool still 0, Madrid 0, but it seems like it's quite lively. So listen, it's a 37
Liverpool friend today. Yeah, Liverpool Madrid.
It's still 0-0. So it seems like it's a lively game because they are shouting it out. But listen, let me just say this. Look, it's a long way to go. And I think he just needs to
a long way to Tipperary, man.
Implement his system on there, and hopefully.
I hope we don't bottle it, Norm. I hope we didn't say, okay, you know what, about the 4-3-3 because these man got no understanding. No, but I think IQ is a thing as well, and we're seeing that.
And that's right.
You're literally.
I think they're going to understand it. Yeah, I think if you had younger players, because a lot of those players, older players, you know what I mean. They are kind of setting ways, but we'll see what happens. But the fitness
and Alphonso Davies as well. That's coming up a lot on my feed.
Okay.
So that's telling me that he's not really going to trust Luke Shaw long term. He may give Malacia the benefit of the doubt, but I think Luke stays unnumbered, unfortunately, because he knows he's going to lose him again to injury before the end of the season. He knows that. Yeah. So Alphonso Davies is someone that's high on our little thing there, you know.
Okay, let's just get to the last bit here before we end the show, and this is basically the what's going on. fantasy shout out. If you just want to quickly just go through that, and then we'll cut the show so that Kofi can go see the rest of his team if he's not watching it already.
Right. Well. First of all, I have to shout out Malcolm X because Malcolm X second highest score with a solid 74 this week.
Wow.
Only beaten by my younger brother JD, who had a 75. Right. So JD started by missing the first game. He's already in 8th.
That's right.
I was like, brother, what are you smoking back in Coventry there? Really?
Where's Malcolm X then?
So she's 14th now, no? So she's 14th. Yeah, she's 14th, but yeah, she scored a solid 74. Dale Grady is coming. He's up to second now, 68. He leapfrogged me by 5 points. Phil's coming as well. Phil's been consistent. I think in general, most of our guys, Kofi 40. I'm worried about, but Kofi been in honeymoon mode, so I have to forgive Kofi. I have to leave Kofi be. As for Chile, Chile's an absolute disgrace, mate. 28 points. What are you doing, Chile?
You know what? Kofi's focusing on the what's going on prediction league table. He ain't worried about
you know what I mean?
He's up there with that one.
I swear I chose some wrong players, man. I swear.
And then Simon Jones doing all right, man. 742, solid 62 today as well. This game week, but yeah, Del Grady is the biggest rising. My brother JD and Malcolm X are the biggest scorers.
Yeah, considering
it's good.
You know,
good.
Yeah, John, where he was, you know.
Yeah, so yeah, he's only had 11 game weeks rather than 12, and he's already in 650. So he's coming for me, boy. Literally 54 points behind me. So, and that's literally a game week, isn't it? 54 points can be an average game week score. So it's literally, I can't have too many stinkers now. I got to fix up, man. I'm having a bit of a Danny Bear, really, you know what I mean?
Both for this.
Exactly, yeah, you know what I mean? So,
but listen, people, before you leave tonight, that like button, please smash it, subscribe and share if you are new. As I say, we're on the road to 400. And I want to thank those that are subscribed this week. I've been doing a lot of other shows as well, going on other shows and not collabing, but more say being invited on other shows now. So I've been doing a lot of that. So I've been bouncing around at that. And I'm hopefully going to be doing it depends on when it is. Rashid, who's subscribed to the channel, has been watching the show. So he's an Arsenal supporter. So it'd be mostly Arsenal content, whereas this podcast is more about our individual and respective teams and how we've done the news, the current news of what's going on and what's new. But just before we finish, guys, and we talk about Ref Watch. Now, I put in the chat, dairy me with Coots, and this thing allegedly betting on a yellow card now. When is it going to stop with this guy? Because he refutely denied it and said, no, this is just defecation or whatever it is of his character and stuff like that. Just quickly your thoughts before we end the stream. You can hear the shouting going on up there. I don't know if they scored or not. It's still 0-0. It's 42 minutes. That's what But just quickly, has he got a leg to stand on or not? Because obviously with the situation and the PGM alone, that it's just looking a little bit peak from this last couple of weeks and that. Do you think that he has done what he's said to have been accused of, betting on a yellow card? I think it was against Leeds that he sent a text message to say, "I'm giving the guy a yellow card," and he sent a text message. I sent it as a link on our chat. Which one was it?
I think I totally missed that. No, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, it was.
To be honest, Shaw's out to get him. Make no mistake about that. He's upset maybe a so-called friend, and someone's out to bury him, man. Because all this stuff just keeps coming out. It's like this isn't recent stuff either. This is stuff that happened a while back.
I mean, this is coming from the Sun. This is from the Sun newspaper. So take it or leave it. You know what I mean? It says a lot there. You know what I mean? But they're saying that he claims that Coot was booked. Then Leeds player Lonsky, I don't know if that's the goalkeeper in a match against West Brom in October 2000. We're going back to 2019. Yeah, Then he then messaged a friend saying, "I hope you backed as discussed. Coot refutes false and defamatory allegations." So that's what's coming out. The PGMOL are gonna, because it's come up. You know what I mean? Then they are going to investigate this claim and see what happens. But it's not getting for Coots, and it's not getting any easier for PGMOL.
And then that same friend is leaking this stuff. Hence the one that leaked the video. It's people in his circles that are leaking the video. So he's falling out with somebody, and now they're saying, let's bury this brother. You know what I mean? So he's naive, man. And he's allowed himself to be filmed as well. That's the other naive thing, that whether you were doing lines or not, doing the old Charlie there, and the camera's right there by his nose. So it's not like, I mean, it's like, brother, do you not see the phone camera right there and you're still doing that? I mean, but when your head's gone, that's what happens. Your head is gone, you do foolishness and you say, oh, you're filming me, mate, don't film me, and you still carry on doing it.
But if it does come to like that, he was doing that now,
allegedly,
you got to look at the PGMO, you got to look at these referees and think, well, how much of this has been going on? You know what I mean? So
it's very, very distorted, isn't it?
It's bad, bro. People, as I said, before you go, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. We're out of here. Take care. See you next week. And don't forget, guys, put in your predictions for this weekend, game week 13.
I don't want to start now, no.
Another big 3 points. I don't know where to start now. Correct now. You don't want a 5 in a row now, yeah? And it's a massive win.
And the thing is, I haven't stuck with my team because I let JP have my team. But most of you guys are stuck with your teams, and maybe there's something to deal with that.
I'm not doing Liverpool result this week. I'm going somewhere.
I know. You're thinking if you know what I mean. I know you're not going with that one. I don't know. I don't even know if I would go for that. I'm gonna have a look and see. You know what I mean? Because I need to keep up with Kofi, man. I need to keep up with Kofi. You know what I mean? But at the moment, he's killing it in the predictions, man. To get 3 correct scores. You know what I mean? I think my son was saying that if he could eat by the end of the season, he could be eating the 30+ mark, which is not easy because I don't think he got over 20+ marks last season.
I got 28 last season, didn't I?
Was it 28 you got?
Yeah.
And you came top last season again, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, listen, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you're anything, if Liverpool are anything like you, you're gonna win the league. But listen, people, we're out here. Take care and God bless.